Hello guys, here's a new philosophy video. The icon, the legend, the martial artist, the action hero, the way of mixed martial arts, he brought it to the world, and his philosophy, the actor, Bruce Lee. Why is he an inspiration? 40 years have passed of Lei Siulong. 40 years. And he's still one of the top martial artists, breathtaking philosophers to this day. The reason why he was such a dedicatedly famous actor, it was because the fact that he kept his movies real. Like one punch, one kick, that's it. You're knocked down. Because in a real fight it would be the same. And he was able to get that sort of choreography, the fight choreography there. But there's not that much of actors that is able to do that. Like, the only ones that I can say that can do that is like Donnie Yen, Jackie Chan, and Sammo Hung. Those are the only last action heroes that I can name. But Bruce Lee was one of the first. The thing with him, man, I mean, seriously, his philosophy was well over the roof. The way he studied Confucius, Lao Tzu, many other books that inspired him to develop Jeet Kune Do, ways of changing the fight game. Made his own martial art, Jeet Kune Do, or Jeet Kune Do. This guy was an inspiration for us all. He just expanded in 1971 to 72 to 70, the year he died. We had only a short period of his life, but what he's left for us is amazing. If you read into his philosophy, especially one of the philosophies videos where he is talking on the Pierre show, and anyone can go on YouTube and search it. He goes, well, what was the famous quote that just blown out my mind now? He goes, if you put water into a cup, it becomes a cup. If you put water into a teapot, it becomes a teapot. If you put water into a bottle, it becomes a bottle. Water can crash, water can flow. Be water, my friend. That one amazing philosophical line for him is that we all can all relate ourselves towards it because it's water. And water can penetrate through any material, any substance, and any sort of thing that's blocking its way. In life, it's the same. We get things that block our way, but we find our way around it and find something else to move on. Bruce Lee's life was that he went through tragedy, but he didn't care and choose a different way. That was him. But he did not lose his moral respect. And in the Pierre show, he does say this. He goes, because on the Pierre show, they ask him a question, well, is he Asian or is he American? And he says, I don't want to follow what Confucius says, but under the sky, under the heaven, we all live on this planet. So he wants to be a human being. That says it all. And the thing is, Confucius has said that. In my terms of ways, the way he tried to interpret it, to make it his own philosophy, was kind of like saying Confucius' philosophy doesn't mean anything. But you can't really like throw that off, because the more you go into philosophy, the more you understand philosophy, it really is going back to the foundation roots of the beginners of philosophy. We're going back to Siddhartha, Confucius, Lao Tzu. Their philosophy is burned onto stone. 2,500 years ago, their philosophy still counts and it's still useful to this day. Philosophy always goes back to the foundations of the original makers. How Bruce Lee adapted philosophy and changed the ideology of his own way of thinking and making it its own. You can't. That's the one thing that Bruce Lee tried to do that I disagree with him about. His philosophy was trying to get rid of the old foundations of the philosophy and make his own. It doesn't work that way. You can't layer something that's already there. Because in life, we fall and we learn from depression. And Bruce Lee's learned from that and read it in many, many different types of books. But he thought he could make his own. But you can't do that because it goes back to the foundations. Sorry, I'm going off topic. But why I found Bruce Lee inspiring was because his philosophy, the way he looked at life, the way he learned from failure and made it into success, that was him. And I love the fact that Jeet Kune Do nowadays, Jeet Kune Do, is kind of changed into a style. I kind of feel disappointed. I think Bruce Lee will be quite disappointed to see where Jeet Kune Do has actually made it now. I'm not having a go at Jeet Kune Do at all. Not actually saying. I think he wouldn't be, but that's only opinion. That's my opinion. But for him, Jeet Kune Do was the art of fighting. So someone could pick up a bottle, someone could pick up a chair. He was like saying, here I am as a normal human being. And in that interview, you will see it, the Pierre show. How am I going to truly express myself to fight this man? Because at that moment, you're fighting for survival. I know that people say, truly express yourself is nothing being who you really are. But when you're in a fight stance, you're also truly expressing yourself because you're trying to survive. And you would do any means necessary to cross that boundary to knock this guy out. Bruce Lee was finding a quick formula for you to knock out any guy attacking you with no sort of stances or movements of one A, B, C, D, but it was straight, direct to the point. That was Jeet Kune Do. That is what Jeet Kune Do is, until this day, still is. I wish people that actually study martial arts and went into Bruce Lee's martial arts, he was trying to create a style without A, B, C, D, was straight to the point. What was the quickest route to knock this character down? And for me, he is the only Asian guy out there, and physical strength wise, that has ever made it that far in sort of Hollywood and international stardom. I mean, if you name anyone else, you can name Jackie Chan, Donnie Yen, but Bruce Lee was one of the first. And I feel the one thing that Bruce Lee did not let go was that he was Chinese and he respected everyone's culture. He believed that everyone could have the same mannerism and respect if you learn from philosophy. And I feel throughout history, Bruce Lee will always be remained as an icon. This may be part 2. There may be a part 2 for this, I'm not sure. But anyway, catch you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed this video.